Hello and welcome. I am a hotel AI expert with extensive experience in modern hospitality operations and performance support. I'm pleased to welcome all students of Europe Hotel School to your online learning journey. We look forward to supporting your professional growth in the hospitality industry. So let's kick things off with a really powerful idea, one that might go against everything you think you know about making deals. And it's right here. Not every negotiation must end with an agreement. In fact, we're going to see that sometimes the smartest, most profitable move you can make is to politely say, no thank you. Here's the roadmap for today. We're going to start with the pressure we all feel to agree. Then we'll talk about the power of walking away and get into the real nuts and bolts, understanding your BATNA and setting your walkaway point. And finally, we'll tie it all together to show you how to negotiate from a genuine position of strength. Okay, first up, the negotiator's dilemma. Let's talk about that feeling deep in your gut, the pressure to just get the deal signed. We've all been there, right? Especially when you're just starting out. You put so much work into a proposal that losing it feels like a personal failure. But here's the trap. Giving in to that pressure can lead you to make some really bad decisions. You might accept a deal that hurts your profits, burns out your staff, or even damages your hotel's brand. The real trick is to change your definition of what a win actually looks like. And that brings us to this key shift in mindset. True professional negotiation isn't about how many deals you close. It's about having the insight and the courage to only close the right deals. And just look at the contrast here. It's night and day. On the left, you've got a mindset driven by fear, the fear of losing out, which leads to emotional reactions. But on the right, that's the professional approach. It's confident, it's strategic, and it's always focused on long-term value. This is the jump we all need to make. So, how do we get there? How do we build that confidence? Well, it all comes down to one simple, incredibly powerful concept, and it's called your BATNA. Honestly, this is the secret sauce that separates the amateurs from the pros. BATNA, it stands for Best Alternative to a Negotiated Agreement. But don't just think of it as a plan B. No, it's your best plan B. It's what you will do if this deal doesn't happen. And once you know that, a funny thing happens. All that anxiety, that desperation to agree, it just melts away and gets replaced with clarity. Let's make this real for a hotel. Your BATNA isn't some abstract idea. It's a list of real, profitable options. So, let's say you're debating a lowball offer for a huge block of rooms. It's tempting to take it, but what if your BATNA is knowing you can sell those same rooms to leisure travelers at a much higher rate? Or that another, more profitable corporate client is interested? Suddenly, saying no to the bad deal isn't scary at all. It's just good business. Of course, your BATNA isn't static. It's alive. It changes with the market. If there's a huge convention or a Taylor Swift concert in town, your BATNA is rock solid. You've got tons of alternatives. You can hold your ground on price. But in the middle of a slow season, your BATNA might be weaker, and you'll need to be a bit more flexible. The key is to always know the score. Okay, so your BATNA gives you the confidence to walk away. The next step is knowing exactly when to walk away. And for that, we need to build some practical guardrails. We need to define your walkaway point. Think of this as your line in the sand. It's the absolute lowest price, the bare minimum terms you can accept before a deal stops making sense and actually starts to cost you money or resources. And here is the most important rule. You decide this before the negotiation ever starts. That way, you're not tempted to make a bad call in the heat of the moment. And remember, this is not just about the rate, not by a long shot. Your walkaway point is way more comprehensive. For instance, can your operations team even handle the requests without service quality dropping for everyone else? And does this deal fit with your brand? A 5-star hotel can't be taking deals that make it look like a budget motel. It's about protecting the whole operation. And finding this point isn't just a gut feeling. It is a science. It's a team effort grounded in data. You've got your revenue management team running the numbers on demand, you've got operations confirming what's actually possible, and you've got marketing making sure you're protecting the brand's value. It's a strategic, collaborative decision. So let's put it all together. When you've done this homework, when you walk into that room with a crystal clear BATNA and a firm walkaway point, everything changes. You're not just a salesperson anymore. You're a strategist. And it's like a domino effect. That solid preparation gives you unshakable confidence. That confidence allows you to communicate without pressure or panic, and that calm, clear communication is what opens the door to real collaboration, where you're solving problems together instead of just haggling over price.
This is the psychological game changer. When the other side can see you're not desperate, that you'd be perfectly fine if the deal didn't happen, it completely shifts the dynamic. It signals strength, it signals value, and frankly, it makes them respect you and your hotel a whole lot more. And if you do end up having to walk away, how you do it is everything. You never want to burn a bridge. You can say no in a way that is polite, professional, and transparent. Frame it as a strategic decision, not a rejection. Something like, unfortunately, we can't meet those terms and still deliver the level of service your group deserves. That leaves the door wide open for them to come back next time.
So, what's the big takeaway from all this? Knowing when to say no isn't a failure. It's one of the clearest signs of professional maturity you can show. It proves that you're focused on the long-term health and success of your business, not just chasing a short-term win. And so that brings us to the final, most important question. Before you even think about your next negotiation, before you write a single email or make a single call, ask yourself this: what is my best alternative? Once you know the answer to that, you're ready to negotiate from a position of true strength.